WWRR, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, WMMZ, Berwick, Bloomsburg, Hazleton, WYCK, Plains. Powered by Mohegan Sun Pocono. It's the New River, 105 and 103.5. This is Music on the Menu on the River.
Timothy, where on earth did you go?
Featuring Northeast PA's best artists.
Maybe, never mind. She can move me like the stereo, like a song on the radio. She's an angel in the morning, yeah, that's right.
And now, here's your host, Alan K. Stout.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
All right, everybody. Happy Sunday night. Welcome to Music on the Menu on the River. Alan K. Stout with you as I always am. Sunday nights, 9 to 10 o'clock, bringing you regional artists doing their own original material from right here in northeastern Pennsylvania. DC Taylor is here, although he is somewhat mic-less tonight because we've got a crowd of people here. John from SSP TV is here. Great to see you again.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I appreciate
back in
it.
a couple of months. It's always great to have you.
Thank you.
And we'll, in addition to taping the radio show tonight, we're also taping a television version, so I'll be on TV in a week or so on SSP TV. And the reason that we got so many folks here in the studio tonight is because our friends Black Tie Stereo are here. The whole band is here. We're going to do the show in portions. Right now, we have George and Aaron mic'd up to talk a little bit about what's going on with the band. And then a little bit later, we're going to bring over Steven and Jesse. But guys, great to see you. It's always a pleasure to have you back here on the show. And thanks again for the great show on Wednesday night at Breakers. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you so much, Alan. We're happy to be back.
You know, we've been playing your music here on the show now for a couple of years consistently. And we just premiered some brand new tracks last Sunday night. So I think maybe what I'd like to do is, you know, we picked up an entire listenership since you guys were here last time. You know, we're now all over Columbia County. You know, we acquired a major rock station in the Berwick-Bloomsburg area earlier in the spring. And so, you know, we might have folks that are listening to you on the show anyway, you know, for the very first time. So tell us a little bit about the background of the band. I know you're based out of, you know, Northeast Scranton, more of Scranton-based band?
Yeah, we say Scranton.
Scranton, and you've been together now for about 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, give or take. We've been, Steven and I have been, this is George, have been a part of different projects for almost like 10 years now. This lineup has been together since about 3 years, so 2015. Yeah. Thanks for the help, Steve. Across the room.
Actually, no, I think it was end of 14.
End of 14.
End of 14.
Yeah, I think it's going on 4 years at this line.
This lineup? Okay.
Yeah. So we've been just playing around. We've been as far west playing as Chicago, as far south as Orlando. We did quite a bit on the road last year. We're hoping to do more this year. But it's been exciting. It's been fun. It's funny. I've been telling people it's been going from a hobby to a job slowly, and now it's finally an enjoyable job, but it's definitely a job now, which was kind of the goal when we started, so that's good.
And here in northeastern Pennsylvania, things are going, I mean, really well. You guys have a nice following. You won a couple of Readers' Pulls. You won a couple of Steamtown Music Awards over the last few years. So much going on, and new music coming out, which we're gonna premiere. Well, not premiere a new track because we premiered it last Sunday. We're gonna play a new track right here in a couple of minutes, but. Talk to me briefly about the new music. Where are you recording your stuff these days?
We recorded at SI Studios in Old Forge with Wiggy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I know Wiggy was just a big part of of your program, and he won the Lifetime Achievement Award and everything. But no, he's been great, and he's been really helpful with these new tracks. And I think Jesse and Steve will talk a little bit more direct about them, but they're really our first kind of self-produced tracks that have come from like this lineup after having been together for a while. So it's really interesting, but he's been kind of a good anchor as far as like, hey, you're going too far in one direction, like pull yourselves back. Sure. Or, you know, he's kind of been like the fifth vote, the deciding like kind of odd vote, like, hey, you know, like this sounds fine, like you're worrying over a part that you don't need to worry about. So he's been great to work with, but yeah, it's been all at SI.
A lot of fun at SI. It's a great studio. Let's play that track right now. This one's brand new music from Black Tie Stereo. It's called Could You Be Mine?
Such a lovely story of yourself. If I could open up that door to a fairy tale that is no more, just turn back the time and make you mine. And in the end, if we both feel the ever after still is real, you will be fine, you will be mine, could you be mine? I never fall asleep. I lie awake and think of what I need. But now I found I'm in too deep. I'm going down and it's getting hard to breathe. You so lonely without you. Walking the door, we share a look. You hold me close and I know what to do. Just gotta get you on your own. Can't you see you won't leave here alone? I've never fallen, I've never fallen down like this. I've never fallen quite like this. I'm gonna break these chains tonight. I'm never gonna see the light. I'm gonna fight until it's mine. I'm gonna make it out alright. Don't wanna look for something new. Just gotta get with you, no matter how it works out in the end. I've made a friend. If you feel it's going right, let me take you home tonight. Let it go. I wanna show you all I know. I'm gonna break these chains. Tonight I'm never gonna see the light. I'm gonna fight until it's mine. I'm gonna make it out alright. Don't wanna look for something new. Just gotta get with you, no matter how it works out in the end. I've made a friend. I've made a friend. I've made a friend.
Black Tie Stereo here on Music on the Menu on the Riv with a song called I've Made a Friend. And before that, a brand new one for Black Tie Stereo, a tune called Could You Be Mine. We're hanging out with the whole band here tonight. We have George and Aaron here now, and then a couple of the other guys will be coming on in a couple of minutes. But we also have John, of course, from SSP TV. They were filming here on Wednesday as part of Music on the Menu Live at Breakers. And, you know, as we always do, we turn that into a television broadcast as well. So you can look for that on TV shortly on SSP TV. And John's got a couple of questions for the guys as well.
Yeah, guys, it's so great to see a local band get so much success. And you guys have recently been winning a bunch of Steamtown Music Awards and some Reader Choice Awards. What's it like for you guys to be getting all this local recognition like that?
I think it's satisfying that we've been chipping away at this market for about 5 years, and just the response that we've been getting, even within the last 2 years, it's like it's growing at such a rate. It's like really satisfying to see people actually out enjoying our shows and actually listen to our music and following.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's been a fun ride, but it's taken a long time. And to any young bands who are out there who may be listening, just keep plugging away at it. Just keep going. It's hard, but it's worth it in the end. Hopefully, and I hope we're still kind of growing.
It's well deserved. They're a hardworking band. I mean, you look at their schedule. It's not like, you know, they're playing, you know, one show every 6 weeks or so. They're out there plugging away, and people are noticing. You know, congratulate you guys.
Going more than just local too. The last segment, Alan, you were saying how they're Chicago. You guys got to play in a couple other places. That's, I mean, I can't recall, especially since I've been helping out with the show anyway, seeing a local band that's been traveling outside of the area too. So that's really great. So great job, guys.
yeah, thank you. And just earlier this year, we were in Alabama, South Carolina.
I'm putting the miles on there.
A few weeks ago.
Yeah, we did. Last year we did. We're on pace to do by the end of this year 103 shows, 103 gigs.
It's a busy band.
Definitely.
Then I think last year probably about 30 of those were like on the road, like in a van sort of deal. We'd play a lot of colleges and things like that, so that's been really helpful as far as touring goes. But yeah, so 103 we keep pretty busy.
That's a lot of gigs.
So what's your favorite spot to play at outside of the area?
Ooh, outside of the area?
Oh, that's a tough one.
What was your favorite town, like memory town? Really, you had a good time there. Good show.
I know we've enjoyed a lot of the Virginia shows. We played in Leesburg a few weeks ago. That was a really cool setting. It was like a beer and barbecue festival. We've gotten a few of those things. The festivals are always fun, because we get to actually explore the city and try the food, meet locals.
Meet some other bands and stuff.
And then we played a gig this past weekend in Troy, New York at RPI that, sometimes you never know how the college gigs are going to go. And, obviously no one at the college really knows who you are yet. And we had a bunch of kids come out and they had a really good time. And it's just cool to see like your streaming numbers, like all of a sudden they were in our top 5 cities on Spotify like overnight. And it was just really cool to kind of see that. And it's like, all right, they really enjoyed the show. We had a really good time there. So shows like that are fun too. And there was a lot like that when we were on the road this past spring, really.
Good stuff, guys. Let's play another one from Black Tie Stare. We're going to bring in the other guys next. So, George and Aaron, thanks for being on. It was great to see you guys. This one's called Crack Screens.
You'll see there's this little thing about you, and baby, know what to say but don't know how to, because my walls are crashing. It's just a reaction from when you walked in the door. You were smoking reds, now you're in my head. Let's search for something more. Through the crowded bars in Chapel Street, so you're the only one I need. With the crack screens and lost ID, so you can take what's left of me. Say, you can take what's left of me with these crack screens and lost ID, so you can have the rest of. Now I see my world spins a little faster, but baby, I'll let you be my natural disaster. She said, let's go fast, let's go far, let's find out who we really are. We haven't got a clue. Too little, too late. What's another mistake when there's nothing left to lose? Nothing left to lose. Through the crowded bars in Chapel Street, so you're the only one I need. With the crack screens and lost ID, so you can take what's left of me. Say, you can take what's left of me with these crack screens and lost ID, so you can have the rest of. Through the crowded bars in Chapel Street, so you're the only one I need. With the cracked screens and lost IDs, oh, you can take what's left of me. Sing, you can take what's left of me with these cracked screens and lost IDs, so you can have the rest of. The stars and the moon all shine in the sky. Did you ever stop to answer me why? I wonder. And while you were playing your little game, did you ever think you'd drive me insane? I wonder. With the simple thing that
Black Tie Stereo here on Music on the Menu on the River. A song called Off the Deep End. And before that, Black Tie Stereo with a song called Cracked Screens. They were just with us Wednesday at Music on the Menu live at Breakers, and they're with us here tonight in the studio. We're going to talk with the guys a little bit more right after the break, so stick around.
Hi, this is Chris Jones, local entrepreneur and founder of Special Guest App. Are you a working musician looking for more gigs? Are you interested in gaining more exposure, building your audience, and discovering new venues? If so, then Special Guest App is for you. Special Guest can help you find shows right here in Northeast PA, the Lehigh Valley, State College, and beyond, and we make the process easy. No more haggling over performance fees, and you are guaranteed a quick and direct payment from the venues that we work with. And what's even better is that Special Guest takes no performance percentage fee from artists. We help you build a profile on our app. We help expose you and your music to more venues. And once booked, we help facilitate the entire booking process. As a working musician, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain by working with Special Guest. Are you a venue or an event planner and interested in streamlining the process of booking live entertainment? Special Guest is also for you. For more information, visit us at specialguestapp.com. Download our app on iOS devices or call 1-877-81-TALENT.
It's that time of year in Northeast PA when the weather becomes cool and crisp, the leaves explode with color, the footballs are painted with blue and white. Hi, I'm Mitch from the Woodlands, and we love fall. Come explore all the great natural beauty Northeast Pennsylvania has to offer. Stay at the Woodlands and travel to hundreds of great attractions. Whether it's Ricketts Glen, the Steamtown National Train Exhibit, or just take a ride to Harvey's Lake, the Woodlands makes the perfect headquarters to start your daily adventures. Stay with us Sunday through Thursday as we feature great rates, great amenities, and great staff. After a long day, relax in Northeast PA's largest hot tub. That's right, 17,000 gallons of warm water embracing you. And then sip on a cocktail overlooking the Laurel Run waterfall. We are across the street from Mohegan Sun Casino, and the Woodlands is your perfect fall getaway. Check us online at thewoodlandsresort.com or call us at 570-824-9831. The Woodlands, your fall getaway.
All right, we're back here on Music on the Menu on the River. Alan Stout hanging out with the guys from Black Tie Stereo and John from SSPT. Now, we did a little switcheroo here. We brought in a couple of the other guys for this segment. We had George and Aaron in before, but now we're joined by Steve and Jesse. Great to see you guys. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us on.
Steve, I was looking at the interview that I did with you for the paper about a year and a half ago, I guess, maybe. I called it up and I was reading it, knowing that I'd be talking to you tonight. And, it all came back to me, our conversation, how you had kind of grown up, playing classical music and Billy Joel. Some of your influences are film scores. Panic at the Disco you mentioned as an influence. Freddie Mercury you mentioned even then. Now that's the hot thing to say, I guess, because of the movie. But you said that, a year or two ago when we did this story. And you were talking about how all that worked its way into your songwriting. But talking off here just briefly, you had mentioned how this particular new batch of tunes is more collaborative than before. So talk to me a little bit about how you continue to write as a songwriter and how things have shifted within the dynamics of Black Tie Stereo for the new music you're doing these days.
Well, sure. So just because, the nature of what we were doing was George and I were in a band a little before Aaron and Jesse sort of joined up with us. So we kind of had started the original music writing process.
Sure.
Sort of like I would throw ideas off of George and he would be a really good backboard for that. So we had sort of this vault of songs that sort of carried over until the other guys joined the band, and then they had their own ideas that they sort of came in with. So once we got through everyone's individual ideas and put them out as such, or scrap them because sometimes that happens. But once we got done with that, it was like, well, what do we do now? And then, Jesse will come in with a guitar lick, and I hummed a melody over it, and George dropped a beat, and Aaron played a bass line to it, and, that became Miss Romance or something like that. So it just ends up being, instead of one of us going home and coming in with, hey, here's a song, it's like, hey, let's see what we can come up with today. So it leads to...
And Jesse, how do you feel being in a band, and a band that existed, and now there's that collaborative effort within. I mean, it sounds like it must be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it definitely could be a lot of fun.
And hard work,
Yeah, definitely hard work. I would say, we're pretty passionate guys about what we do, and we're goal oriented, and sometimes that gets in the way of our creative process. It'll come across as I don't know, rude or abrasive, but when you take a step back, which sometimes we definitely need to do, we all want the same thing, which is to play music that we can get behind and be successful in doing so.
And I imagine music that you can all get behind comes much easier, that feeling, when all of the songwriting is a joint effort.
Yeah, exactly. And, it's much easier today than it was 2 years ago. Yeah. Our Venn diagrams are starting to definitely overlap in terms with our musical taste, for sure.
Let's talk about some of that musical taste. Let's play another tune. We'll come back to that after we play a couple. This is another one from Black Tie Stereo. This one's called The Artist.
Paint me a picture of all that you see. I'm not one of those who can easily be thrown out like a brush that you no longer need. I'm alive. All of the candles that you used to burn have now turned to ashes, so you could relearn how you could be mine and I'll be yours in turn. I'll survive. What am I supposed to do when all I need is you, and hope that you feel it too? What am I supposed to say when you make me feel this way? Come back to me and just stay home. Paint me a picture of all that you know, with colors of places we said we would go, and all the affection that we used to show. I'm still yours, so run through the acres where we used to swing. We'll dance and we'll play and we'll do everything. Oh, you could ignore me, but still I will sing you mean more. What am I supposed to do when all I need is you, and hope that you need me too? What am I supposed to say when you make me feel this way? Come back to me and just stay home. You've designed me, you won't find me singing for anyone else. You draw me to yourself. Paint me a picture of all that you see. I'm not one of those who can easily be alone like a fish taken out of the sea. I'm alive. What am I supposed to do when all I need is you, and hope that you need me too? What am I supposed to say? You still make me feel this way. Come back to me and just stay home. Stay home. what you had to say. Come on, come on, it's a brand new day. Wake up to you. Wake up, it's the sound of drums. Wake up to you. He tried to be so good, just act the way he should. Now everybody knows his name. He wanted to have more fun, so he found another one. But we know he won't feel the same. I wonder what you had to say. I wonder what you thought that day. Come on, it's a brand new day. Wake up to you. Wake up, it's the sound of drums. Wake up to you. So break yourself in two to play this part. Come on, 'cause on the avenue your life gets hard. Come on, it's a brand new day. You know it's just for you. Come on, it's a brand new day. Wake up to you. Wake up, it's the sound of drums. Wake up to you. Come on, it's a brand new day. Wake up to you. Wake up, it's the sound of drums. Wake up to you. Come on, it's a brand new day. You know it's just for you.
Black Tie Stereo here on Music on the Menu on the River, a song called Avenue Beat. And before that, Black Tie Stereo with a song called The Artist. It is all Black Tie Stereo tonight. The entire playlist on tonight's program. We're celebrating their great performance on Wednesday night at Music on the Menu Live and some of the great new music that they've been sending our way over the past couple weeks that we premiered here on the show. We're hanging out with John, of course, from SSP TV. Want to thank our friends The Weekender, of course, for being with us on Wednesday at Breakers. We've got two great partners with the program from the media, with The Weekender, with print, and SSP TV with television. And John, you have a couple of questions for the guys as well.
Yeah, so before we went to that last break, we were talking about how, some different influences that you guys have. How's it work now when you're going to write music? So you're saying that you're collaborating now and you write music, but there's four of you in a band collaborating. When you might have four different influences that kind of maybe go into all that. So how's the kind of work when you're all coming together?
Who are some of those different influences musically? I mean, is one guy into, Metallica and the other guy's into Prince? And
yeah.
It all works out in the end. Like, who are some of your favorites?
I mean, like that, what you just said, like, sort of isn't that far off. I guess collectively as a band, just being 4-piece sort of indie rock kind of pop stuff. Like the Killers are big into that. Walk the Moon. We all love Young the Giant. And then, we'll all go to concerts together, like underground acts like Joe Hurtler and the Rainbow Seekers we all went to go see. But, each one of them has their own elements of, there's a nice little synth hook and a little funky guitar, and it all has a good beat that maybe not like you can club dance to, but you can at least get down to it a little bit. So sort of those are our bare criteria for just things we all love to listen to together.
Jesse, who are a couple of your all-time favorite artists? Your desert island bands. I won't make you pick albums, but desert island bands. You can only take a couple of records with you. Who would they be from?
Oh, yeah. Lately, I've definitely been into Young the Giant, like Steve said. As far as production values go, I really love the producer Jack Antonoff. He's a member of Bleachers and was a former member of the band Fun.
Oh, yeah.
And, he produces for Taylor Swift and Lorde and all that stuff. Yeah, so I think definitely like bands are what I think we all are into. Not less solo artists that seem to be popular nowadays.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is Fun still around? Actually, just bringing up Fun.
My sister loved Fun.
Yeah, the other day they came on my iPod, and
yeah.
I don't think they're still around. I think they had some internal issues.
Okay, I was wondering because you haven't heard a song because for a while they were popping out hits after it.
Yeah, they were huge for a couple months there. Yeah.
Well, we're having fun here tonight. We're going to take a quick break now, and we'll be back. Like that transition? And we'll be back with more music, so stick around.
It's that time of year in Northeast PA when the weather becomes cool and crisp, the leaves explode with color, the footballs are painted with blue and white. Hi, I'm Mitch from the Woodlands, and we love fall. Come explore all the great natural beauty Northeast Pennsylvania has to offer. Stay at the Woodlands and travel to hundreds of great attractions. Whether it's Ricketts Glen, the Steamtown National Train Exhibit, or just take a ride to Harvey's Lake, the Woodlands makes the perfect headquarters to start your daily adventures. Stay with us Sunday through Thursday as we feature great rates, great amenities, and great staff. After a long day, relax in Northeast PA's largest hot tub. That's right, 17,000 gallons of warm water embracing you. And then sip on a cocktail overlooking the Laurel Run waterfall. We are across the street from Mohegan Sun Casino, and the Woodlands is your perfect fall getaway. Check us online at thewoodlandsresort.com or call us at 570-824-9831. The Woodlands, your fall getaway.
All right, we're back here on Music on the Menu on the River. Always nice to hear our buddy Mitch Kornfeld pop up on the show, as well as our friends from Special Guest, which you heard a little earlier on the program. We appreciate them getting on board with here, supporting live original music, and, of course, what we do here on Sundays was playing the recorded music as well. We're hanging out with Black Tie Stereo. And, guys, you released an EP in 2014 and then an album in 2017, but the last couple of tracks that you've released, and you see this happening across the entire music industry. Digital singles, putting them out for one song as a download. And George was telling me before that's been going real well for you. That approach. You want to talk about what made you make that decision? Just easier for the consumer to digest a new tune?
So I think in this modern age of online streaming, it's kind of, it's great. It gives people access to everything they can imagine. But I think we've kind of found that it also leaves listeners with short attention spans, maybe. So I think we found, especially with these last two releases, instead of, for example, Crack Screens and Could You Be Mine were finished pretty close together. Like they could have been released at the same time, but instead of releasing two songs at once, we gave our listeners two different opportunities to get our names in their brain or across their screen.
What's interesting about it, guys, is that I was just having this conversation with a friend of mine the other day who's a big music fan, and he's a big Beatles fan, and we're talking about the changes, and I talk about music constantly with all my friends, and like I'm sure you guys do as well. This is actually a throwback. Back in the 60s, it was not uncommon for bands to release singles between albums. that never appeared on an album. Hey Jude from the Beatles, which was from the end of their career, is not on Abbey Road or Let It Be. It was just a song they stuck out in between records that happened to be number one and be one of the biggest songs they ever had.
Right.
And so I think people have forgotten that this approach to maybe just, hey, we haven't put out a tune in a while for our fans. We're in between records, or we're just going to, it seems very new, because I think throughout the 70s, the 80s, and 90s, and 2000s, it was, let's do an album, let's put out a single from the album, let's put out a second single from the album. But now people are just dropping a tune out from time to time, and it actually has a pretty neat history in music. Pretty much the greatest band of all time used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
The Beatles.
It also sort of allows us, because, as we mentioned, our collaborative writing effort, and all of our different influences, and we'll all have different influences at different times. It sort of, our sound is always evolving. So just focusing on the one track at a time really allows us to focus on what's important for that track, based on our influences at that point.
Yeah.
The next song might be a little different because, we focused all our energy into just that song.
It's a little bit of a different place. Yeah. Let's play another one from Black Tie Stereo right now. This one's called Electric Alley.
What you wanna do? You're the one I want. No, it isn't hard to see. Coming closer, don't say a word, 'cause you're making it hard to breathe. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You don't have to doubt it, girl. You've got me figured out. Ooh, ooh, the way you tear that little black dress down. Kinda like the way you treat me mean. If we're alone when your boyfriend phones, say you must have missed that call. The sexy lady said what you want, 'cause you know you're gonna get it all. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You don't have to hide it, girl. I know you've been around. Ooh, ooh, the way you tear that little black dress down. voice. They'll try to shut you out. Make some noise and leave the past behind you. Don't ever let it find you. Run, Jamie, run, baby, don't turn back. To hell with what they say, get your life on track. And run, Jamie, run. Run, Jamie, run.
Black Tie Stereo here on Music on the Menu on the River. A song called Run, Jamie, Run. Before that, Black Tie Stereo with Electric Alley. We're hanging out with Steve and Jesse here. We had some of the other guys on earlier in the show. It's been a great interview, guys. Great talking to you.
Thanks,
you know, and again, thanks for Wednesday night at Breakers. John from SSP TV. You got a question, too, that we didn't ask them earlier in the show. It's a good one, too.
Yeah, so it seems like for the longest time, bands' goals was to get signed. That was the big thing they wanted to do. Now, in this digital age that we're in, I mean, anything can go viral. Anyone can get music anywhere online. So is it still a goal to get signed, or is it more or less just to get as many hits as you can online?
Yeah, so you said the word viral, which I think is like is a good word to focus on. You know, it's hard, especially coming from a place where this is our primary job and our way to, survive. But yeah, I think... are we looking for longevity, and or are we just looking for the hit? We were joking around the other day of a video that we posted online of one of Steven's little cousins singing one of our songs. He's singing "Mr. Romance" actually, and we're joking around how like, oh, that's our ticket. That's what's gonna get us to go viral and have someone see us. Yeah. So it's really interesting. But I feel like sometimes you could kind of see through acts that are just in it to go viral. So I think we're kind of caught in that place where, we want to push ourselves to the next level, but we also want to stay genuine and, we're going to do what we want to do, not...
I mean, in the old days, you would send your CDs to A&R people at labels. You would go to New York and play some of the shows down in the Village where they had showcase shows, and if they saw that you were making a buzz in your hometown, like maybe you are, like, hey, this band from Scranton, they won a couple of awards, they're getting some airplay, I should check them out. All that stuff used to come together. Does it still work like that this day and age for a young band?
If it is, I haven't really heard about it.
Yeah, I don't think it does.
Yeah, I mean, the goal is to,
they want to know how many streams you got,
yeah,
right? George was saying before.
How well you can pull in a region outside your own.
Okay.
Is big for that. Like, we have New York City, Philadelphia, like nail enough of those gigs. That's another path.
And that would explain what you were talking about on the top of the show, maybe all the traveling you've been doing a little bit, right? Trying to get that out there. Yeah. Guys, great seeing you. I mean, really, we love your music. We play it here on the show all the time. And whenever you have new music, make sure you send it our way. And, every time, every 18 months or so, when you got a bunch of new tunes, we'd love to have you back here at Breakers to play for people live on the radio as well.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Alan.
Let's leave everybody with another one for Black Tie Stereo. This one's called Miss Romance. We'll catch you next Sunday night.
Seems to me I've lost all of my mind. Blamed it on myself for why I'm lonely all the time. She put me out and held me on the line. Reeled me in, poured the glass and told me I was fine. The sun comes up and blinds me. There's no one there beside me. Morning so much lonelier than night. I thought she would adore me, but she wasn't looking for me. She said hello, then she yelled goodbye to you. Miss Romance, I wanna know top of every class. Got it in her head that she'd find something built to last. Never got her nose out from her books, but everyone who saw her said that she